Hi there, and welcome along. The Gardener Ben here with your next peony review. Now, before any of you come for me in the comment section for my pronunciation of this particular variety, I never claimed to be fluent in all of the languages I'm trying to pronounce these in. The beautiful peony in front of me is a French variety dating back to 1927, Madame Emile Débatène. This particular variety is a little bit of a primadonna and a little on the temperamental side. And when you're this pretty, I'm afraid you do get to be a little bit hard work. A mid to late season a flowering variety, flowering somewhere in late May, June and into the beginning of July. This particular peony capable of producing several flowers per stem, but a little on the temperamental side. You're going to have to plant this one and give it a little bit of time in your garden to get itself fully established before you expect it to be producing blooms. But capable of producing several of these very large, beautiful, blousy flowers per stem. You can also see on the temperamental side, she shed buds on this particular stem. If the plant gets a little on the stress side, if it's been particularly dry, it will have the ability to simply wither the buds up and drop them like this one here. I get loads of messages about this from people saying, I don't understand what's happening with my peony. And normally it's down to stress with these really, really large blousy varieties. Classified as a full double with a bomb inside, you have the beautiful row of outer guard petals on the outside, which eventually peel back to the stem, exposing this large full bomb of petals in the center. The most exquisite pink color with a hint of violet purple to it. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. As the flower ages, it takes on these beautiful white, silvery gray hues, just highlighting the texture and depth of the flower even more. If you part the petals ever so slightly, you've got small amounts of yellowing and apricots in the very, very center. It really is very pretty indeed. It produces flowers and comes up to around 70 centimeters in height and around 70 centimeters in diameter. However, the stems on this one are particularly slender and they are particularly weak. So especially if you've managed to get your variety established in the garden, make sure that you give it some support or plant it in a really sheltered position. This variety needs a little bit of sun and is also a bit temperamental on how deep that you plant it. So when you get your plant home, make sure that you're planting it with the eyes just at soil level, if not with the eyes ever so slightly proud above the soil level, and never mulch over it, because you'll make sure that if you do that, it won't ever flower again. So when you're doing your mulching, your soil amendments in the autumn and winter, make sure you've marked your peonies and you actually mulch around them in a donut and leave the soil directly around the crown exposed so you're not adjusting the soil height. This one emerges in the spring with orange and red tinged foliage, which then turns this lovely mid-green colour. Very, very standard, deeply serrated in its texture, quite leathery, but of a mid-green colour, which makes up the backing for these beautiful violet pink flowers, which are produced in May, June and into July. This is a really, really very, very pretty variety indeed. If you've got the time and if you've got the space, this one is really, really lovely. This one is Madame Emile Débatène.